Hello, my sweet students. We will proceed today to part 2 of our lesson, How does the sound travel? Our objectives for today are that you will be able to recognize that sound travels in solids and explain that sound can be blocked. Before we start, my dear, let's revise quickly what we took in the first part. We learned first that sound moves in all directions. So all people in the street as well as in the buildings can hear the car horn in the first picture up. We learned also that sound can travel in different mediums, and we talked about how it travels in air and water, and we watched video describing that. We said also that sound travels faster in water than it does in air. Let's start now, my dear. Try to do as you see in this picture. Put your ear on a table and tap on the table with your hand. Did you hear the sound? Yes, you heard for sure. Let's describe what happened here. You tapped on the table. This made vibrations, and the vibrations produce sound. In what medium does the sound travel here to reach your ear? Note, my dear, that there is only table between the source of sound, which is tapping on the table, and your ear that you already put on the table. So the sound moves through this table to reach your ear, as you see in this picture. Let's see those examples now. Look at the first picture at your left hand. There is a wall between those two boys. When one boy knocks that wall, the other boy can hear that. Let's think, in what medium does the sound travels here? What carries the sound to reach the boy's ear? It is the wall, right? So, in the first picture, sound moves through the wall to reach the boy's ear. Let's go to the picture at the middle now. Do you see this instrument used by the doctor to hear the heartbeats of the patient? Have you ever thought how the sound of heartbeats reaches the ear of the doctor? It travels from the patient to the doctor's ear through this wire or line of the instrument used by the doctor. Right, my dear? What about the third picture now? Do you remember when we made that in the free zone? The sound here travels from the boy as his vocal cords vibrate and produce sound. This sound moves through the string to reach the girl's ear. So, my dear, as you noticed through those examples, the sound was traveling in solids, such as the table, the wall, the doctor's instrument, and the string. All those objects are solids. So we noticed now that sound can travel through a third medium other than air and water. This medium is solids. Another thing here, my dear, you have to know that sound travels very fast in solids. In water, it travels slower, and it is even more slow in air. Let's watch the following video, my dear, that describes what we have learned now.
Now let's see if sound can travel through solids. If someone knocks at the door from outside, the person inside the room can listen. And there is a solid object That is a door between the source of the sound and the ear. So it shows that sound can travel through the solids. If there is any loud noise outside the room, you can hear the sounds that are coming from outside the room. That shows sound can travel through solids. Now let's have a look at a simple activity. You can also perform the same. You just need a friend of yours for this activity and a table. Place your ears at one end of the table. That can be wooden or metallic. Now ask your friend to tap on the table with his hands on the other side of the table. You will find the sound much louder in the ear which is placed on the table. It shows that sound travels much faster in the solid medium than in air.
So, my dear, sound travels in solid objects such as wood and plastic, and sound travels in solids faster than it does in air and water, as we said before. Sometimes, my dear, the sounds we hear are very loud and noisy. Those loud sounds can damage our ears. That's why those headphones can be worn to block the sound from reaching our ears. Those headphones, my dear, are made of special materials that will block the sound from reaching our ears. So, you may need to wear headphones in noisy places or when loud music is being played, and especially, my dear, in construction sites where digging in the ground produces very loud and noisy sound. Now, my dear, comes the time to check if you understood the lesson for today. The first question, it's from your book, page 538. We will describe what happens when the boy speaks into the cup phone. Think, my dear, of how the sound travels to reach the boy's ear. The other question, how does sound travel faster in water or in wood? The wood is solid, right, my dear? Remember, where does the sound travel faster? In water or in solid? The other question here, what can help protect the man's hearing? We know that as the man is working, a very loud sound will be produced. What do you think can help this man protect his ears? That was everything for today, my dear. You will find the answers on the PowerPoint as usual. I hope it was clear and useful. Thanks for your time and bye-bye.